Hello, welcome in first practical lecture, guys. In this one, we'll set up a React Native development environment. So, without any further waiting, let's start. Open your browsers, and first thing we need to install is a Node.js environment. Okay, so I'll open my browser. I am pretty sure all of you already have Node.js, but if you don't, just search here for Node.js. Node.js. Okay, we'll go to download page, nodejs.org. Let's click here and let's install latest version, LTS version, not the actual one here. So let's go to the LTS version. It should already detect your operating system. So in my case, I'll be downloading here for macOS. Okay, so simply enough, just save it. It will take, for me roughly 30 seconds to download. Then you will just click at this. It's very simple installation. Okay, the other thing you should have prepared is your coding editor. So I am suggesting to use Visual Studio Code. It's very convenient coding editor. So if you feel like you want to install the same as I have, just search here for Visual Studio Code. Okay, so Visual Studio Code, same, very simple installation. It will detect your system. It will install Visual Studio Code for your environment. Okay, here it is. So you can just simply download it and I will open it straight away. So let's search here for Visual Studio Code, not a Visual Studio, Visual Studio Code. Okay, I'm doing it while the Node.js is downloading, okay? So I'll make it full screen, perfect. Now we'll check our Node.js environment. So it should be, just a few more megabytes and it's done. After this is done, you'll click here, it will open installation wizard. You will just click here. Basically, you don't have any customization. You just can select in what spot you want to save it. But let's click here, continue. You need to agree with this. Select hard drive, continue. You can change the location, but I will go with the default one and install here. Put your password, and after that you are set, and this will just install Node.js environment. Other thing you should be a little bit familiar with is a terminal. Okay. So after this install, we can move it to trash, and now you can open your terminals. Okay. So in my case, on my macOS, I have a terminal. If you're on a Windows, you probably have PowerShell. So if you're on a Windows, open your PowerShells, and this is a terminal window. Okay, it's just simple commands to keep you on the track. By the way, just for Windows users, if you don't have a PowerShell for some reason, you should have it. If you don't have it, you can go with the CMDir. CMDir. It's a console emulator, and you can use the same commands as I will be using CMDir. But just in a case you don't have PowerShell, okay, just you can install this. Okay, so you have Visual Studio Code. You have opened the terminal. We have installed Node.js. The terminal is open. A few commands, guys. Okay. First, ls to list all of the files on the folders in your current directory, which is my home directory. If you want to navigate somewhere, you will just you will write here command cd for a change directory. And let's say I want to go to phaser folder, I will type here phaser. I can type it manually, but if you start with some letters here, you can press here tab key and this will autocomplete for you. So cd and the phaser, this will get me to this folder here. When I want to go back, I can write the same command, cd, change directory, comma, space, and dot to go to the previous directory. Okay, so that's this command. Now you can see I'm in a previous directory as I was before. I can clear it out with a clear command. Okay, perfect. So that's it. Okay, if you want to detect your Node.js you have just installed, you can just write here node-v and this should detect your Node version. You can see this is the current version. I have just installed LTS 1. Okay, we have everything. Now we can just install the React Native environment. Okay. So open your browsers once again. Let's search here simply for React Native. Just write here React Native. Go to reactnative.dev. Okay, we'll be talking about the React Native later. We just want to install it. We'll click on the guides here and we'll go to the environment setup and setting up the development environment. We'll go with the Expo. With the Expo CLI, which is a command line interface. Expo is just built on top of the React Native and it can help you initialize your project very easily. It can bootstrap your project very easily. It also provides a good development environment. It's basically an application that wraps around the React Native and you can preview your applications inside of Expo, okay? So we'll install this package, okay, with the npm install command or yarn if you are using, but I'm going with the npm. So here is a command npm install -g expo CLI. Okay, just press it here, npm installer g expose CLI, press enter, and this should install expose CLI. Okay, if for some reason you see here error, especially Unix users of your macOS, I open here new tab. If you want to open new tab while this is installing, you just press a command or a control T to open new tab here. And if for some reason this command doesn't work for you, you need to prefix this. You need to provide here sudo. Okay, sudo, and if you will write a sudo, this will ask you for your password of your computer, and it will pull up the password, and then you will be probably able to install it. So just prefix it with a sudo command. Okay, so sudo and then npm installer g expose CLI if for some reason this was failing for you. All right, but it should work, right? So sudo npm if it doesn't work for you. Otherwise, just with the npm installer g expose CLI. Okay, so that's my other window. I can close it simply. And since my internet is not that fast, it still takes some time, and this package is not so small, so we will wait until this is done. Okay. Okay, then while it is doing, we can also go back to browser, and we can see here the another command, expo init. After the expo will be installed, we can use expo init and name of the project, and this will initialize our project. Okay, so after this will be installed, we'll go with the expo init and we'll initialize our React Native projects, and that's gonna be it from this lecture. Okay, so let's see, terminal is done. We can clear it out. Okay, and now we can find a good folder where we want to initialize project. You can do it in your home folder, or you can basically go to any folder you want. Okay, so if you want to create I did show you a command to create a new folder in your current directory. So if you want to create a folder, you can just write here mkdir, which is a make directory space, and the name of the directory, for example, React native projects. Okay, if you want to create such a directory, you can do with the mkdir and the name of the directory. So when I will press enter, I'll write here ls to list all the files and folders. I should have here React Native projects. You can see here. Okay, so I can navigate to the project folder. So I can go to the cd React Native projects like this, cd React Native projects, press enter, and I will be in this directory. Okay, I will stay in this directory, and in this directory, I will initialize my project. Okay, so I'll go back here. I can write it manually. So let's write here in this directory expo init and name of our projects, which will be the workout application. We'll be creating the workout application. So let's write here workout-app. Okay, so let's press enter. This will provide you some options you can initialize your project with. So we'll go with the manage workflow, and we'll go with the blank. So we'll start from scratch. We'll go with a blank TypeScript. If you want to see here also other workflows, so minimal one, you already will have some applications prepared for you, and you can see how the things are handled. So that's a good way to learn, is also to see the already made applications, and also you can see some examples on the React Native website. You can find there are some examples. That's a very good way to learn to already preview the existing application. But in our case, we'll go with a blank TypeScript. Okay, so let's press here blank TypeScript to initialize the project. This will download the npm packages, and it will install them. And after this is done, we'll just open this project folder in our coding editors, and we'll continue in the next lecture. We'll be not running anything just yet. We'll be not talking about the React Native just yet. We just want to get it running in the next lecture, and then we'll be talking about the stuff and explanations. So let's wait a couple of seconds. I will fast forward this, and I will meet you when this is done. All right, so application has been installed, prepared. So you can see here also some helpful commands. For example, currently we are in this React Native projects folder. So if we need to navigate to our project that has been generated for us, so cd, change directory, workout application, we can write it ls to see that we have already this folder here, and then npm start to start our project. Okay, so let's follow the command. We'll go to cd workout app like this. I will clear it out, and here I can type ls, and here you can see all the folders and the files that has been generated for us. Okay, I'll clear it out once again. We'll go to Visual Studio Code, and here we'll open our project. So let's click here, File, Open, and we will find here our folder. So I'm in my home folder here, React Native project, here it is. I will open it, and here is a workout app, and I will click on this folder, and I will click open, and here is my project folder. I will click yes, and here is my project folder. Oh yeah, so that's it. If you are on this stage, you have generated your project, you have it opened in Visual Studio Code, everything is perfect, and we can continue the next lecture. We can start up our application, our base blank application. So That's gonna be it, and see you in the next lecture, guys. Cheers.